yes, before I start this video, this brother is indeed gone.
Well, Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Y'all, we leaving right now.
However, at the same time, I'm surprised I hadn't made it sooner. I guess I've been in denial for so long, telling myself this is just another one of his episodes. This is just a phase, not accepting the fact that this is who he is.
That shit is so sad too. Like, what a fucking break from reality. I hate this timeline so much. In fact, you don't hate this timeline enough, people.
He is not the person that I once admired. I'm about to start talking as if someone died in my family, or I was just diagnosed with cancer. But me making this video is almost just as bad. I miss the old Kanye.
I mean, in a sense, yeah, someone did. Might as well call this video The Day Kanye West Died. Or I can safely say he definitely spews out cancer. Kanye, as he exists now, reminds me of a zombified kite from the show Hunter x Hunter. Visually, he reminds you of a better time. But that better time, that better person is no longer there.
I don't like him anymore. I hate this new one. For the longest time, I believed him to be one of the greatest artists to ever live. And I've been jamming his music literally since elementary school. His albums have had some influence in shaping me into the person I am today. Not only that, I also admired his arrogant personality, which people would argue that was his excuse to be an asshole. And looking back at it, yeah, you're right. But back then, I saw it as confidence, someone who was not afraid to speak their own opinion, even if that opinion didn't really make much sense.
Well, Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Y'all, we leaving right now.
Now that I think about it, he really has had an even bigger impact on me. A clothing line that I'll eventually revive. Facebook killed my clothing line, by the way. Thank you, Facebook. Fuck you. Go rot in hell, you feces-ran platform full of evil, empty suits and ethicless background NPCs running it.
I hope you die!
But the designs for its mascots were inspired by Kanye's bear from the Graduation album.
Even when I didn't agree with almost all of his rants, I would ignore it and pass it off as, oh, he's having a bit of an episode. He's not mentally well. And, excuse me. And I believe I only told myself this because I was still enjoying his new music at the time, and also I didn't want to believe this was the person he is. I mean, in many of his old music and in interviews, the things he has been saying these past few years contradicts what he used to say he stood by. So I used to tell myself, oh, he's being misunderstood. You know, when he said slavery was a choice, he meant that they were mentally still slaves, you know. I used to be one of those dumbass fans doing mental gymnastics trying to justify or explain why he said this horrible thing. And I didn't really realize it then because I was in denial that he's really a cornball.
Well, it sucks because I always knew Kanye was a cornball, and maybe I'm stating it differently, but he was a cool cornball. He wasn't afraid to be himself. He was different. He went his own way, but sadly, his own way led into this Zeke Howe bullshit on the far right. Bro was literally hanging out just last year with a white nationalist. One that doesn't seem to know his own last name, by the way. Funny how that works.
And cause his old music being some of my favorite songs ever, I was still holding on to the kid in me that looked up to this man as an inspiration. I was living in the past. Nobody want to admit their childhood heroes are horrible people, but it comes to a point where you ask yourself, why are you defending this? Why are you still on their side? Because the more you continue to do it, you start to condone their terrible behavior, and then you become a clown just like them. No offense to the people who actually work as clowns. I have respect for y'all.
Yeah, through the wire, all falls down, good morning, heard him say, touch the sky, roses, hey mama. Bro literally made a song about his mom, and it's a beautiful song too. She's gone now, sadly, and in a sense, so is Kanye.
I ain't gonna lie, I had this realization ever since the Alex Jones interview. I had no defense for that foolishness, which is why I didn't really talk about it much at the time it happened, but I still naively had a little sense of hope. He'll realize the error of his actions and apologize. I mean, he did watch Superbad with Jonah Hill and he said he stopped being racist, so maybe.
Imagine seeing a dumb movie like 21 Jump Street and it clears your anti-Semitic allergies like you just took a Claritin. Wait, Claritin doesn't sponsor me. Fuck Claritin. Let's do it this way. It cleared your anti-Semitic allergies like you just ate some local honey and it helped you deal with the local pollen in your location. Yeah, support your local businesses, baby. Let's go.
And I also believe people can change, and I like having that optimistic view of the world. It keeps me sane. But I also know most people don't change, especially when they're adults. They remain dickheads for the rest of their sorry lives, and Kanye has proven that time and time again.
I love the freeze frame here. Kanye looking like an arrogant, well-paid chipmunk. Dude just storing nuts in his cheeks for the winter of his own discontent. I would also say that people can change. It's just unlikely that they do, namely for pretty simple reasons. They're set in their ways, not being pressured by people not to be shit stains. And think about it. Kanye is rich. He's surrounded by penis plunderers, meat riders, cock gobblers, and whatever gross genitalia euphemism that you want to use instead. Same for any jackass celebrity or politician or tech CEO who clearly has daddy issues. When you get cooked, a lot of the time it just makes you reevaluate your life, especially if it's consistently done by different people. And the argument can be made that it's very well deserved.
And he has proven that again recently with his new batch of tweets. Like, oh my God, bro. The Virgil tweet hurt my heart. That was disgusting. He also said a bunch of other terrible things. He just going on a whole crazy rant. So many things that we'd be here all day if I went through all of them. I think he's still tweeting as I'm talking. Also, the tweets themselves are pretty self-explanatory on why they're terrible. And he said free Diddy. And not only that, he's currently collabing with Diddy's son, who's also an alleged horrible human, in a Yeezy and Sean John collab promoting this message to free Diddy. Do I need to explain why this is disgusting?
Diddy, come on out.
I better not see anybody walking around with these shirts on. If you do, you might as well tattoo Free R. Kelly on your forehead. Don't free Diddy. Never free Diddy.
Not taking your meds is a hell of a drug in and of itself. I also wouldn't be surprised if Trump did pardon Diddy. I mean, I just like to show this picture because cancers on Elon's hellscape far-right Twitter like to show Diddy with other people, but willfully, like NPC clockwork, will neglect to show Trump and Diddy at the same time. It's funny. Here, enjoy. Your Roman salute loving little...
Keep his ass in prison. He probably having a good time in there anyway.
Yeah, keep them both in there. Besides, I want to see the next issue of Prison Comics where R. Kelly, his cellmate, and Diddy form the League of Extraordinary Scumbags and bust out of jail. Diddy with an Iron Man suit and R. Kelly as captain of penitentiary outfit. Gonna be sick.
And his loyal support for Nazis. Oh my God. Saying Hitler was so fresh, he had that shit on. I've never seen an artist so washed in my life. Not only that, you're black. They hate you too.
Yes, that's the part that's so wild to me. You have these black influencers simping for a team that would rather genocide them off the face of the earth, and they just do it again, time and time again. You fucking idiot! Sure, it's money for them, but damn, is your soul really that cheap to buy? Yeah, probably.
No, listen, Myron.
And he comes
Myron.
in here trying to get a clip or some shit. Boots me
Myron,
out of
I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine,
boots me
bud.
out of his thing because obviously he's like,
Because you're not white.
I'm not going to go ahead and debate you. I'm just going to boot you out of my fucking.
Because you're not white.
What does that have to do with anything, dude? I'm not even talking to you right now.
Because you're in my country right now. You're in my country right now. You're an invader.
Nothing to do with you.
You hate the Jews, but at the same time, you are a Jewish bioweapon. You are a Jewish bioweapon, Myron.
White. Shut up.
Yes, I am. My DNA test is out there, Myron.
As turns out, I'm 100% down.
White supremacists, bro.
Well, Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Y'all, we leaving right now.